So once you get comfortable, maybe you're sitting right on your bottoms, maybe you're propped up on a block or a pillow, whatever works for you. Just see if you can turn your focus inward just a bit. Start to breathe these full, deep ujjayi breaths. So it's really breath that flows in and out through the nose. And just let the focus on the breath just be enough to calm you down, to get you centered, to make you feel a little bit more grounded in your body, grounded for this next hour through this practice. And most importantly, hopefully leaving feeling a little bit more grounded, a little bit more connected off of the mat as well. So start to tap into the sound of the breath. Sounds kind of like the ocean. And just let your thoughts slow down a bit. Where the single point of your focus is now just the inhales and the exhales. And just take a moment now to just set an intention or a dedication for your practice. Sometimes when we feel a challenge or halfway through, we wonder why we decided to get on the mat. Sometimes just coming back to that intention or that dedication that you set for yourself is enough to keep you moving forward, to keep you going without giving up. And then once you've established that clear intention, just slowly start to transition to a tabletop position, hands and knees. And we'll start with just a few rounds of cat and cow. So drop the belly, gaze up, take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, round the back. Pull the belly all the way in and up. Good. And again, drop the belly, gaze high, fill the lungs, inhale. Exhale, round the back, pull the belly all the way in, nice and strong. Good. So a few more here. Feel free to add in any additional movements. I see some neck rolls might feel good. Maybe a shift of the hips from side to side. And then eventually after that next exhale, let's just meet in a tabletop position, hands and knees. Let the gaze come gently forward. Keep that engagement here of the belly pulled in and up slightly. And then just find a puppy dog pose. So just crawl your hands out in front of you. Let your chest melt down towards the earth. Good. So let the hips stay as high as possible. Let the chest melt down as low as possible. Knowing that if you feel a little tight in your shoulders, you can open up your arms a little bit wider. That might sink your heart down a little bit lower. So we call this pose in Sanskrit Anahata Asana. So it's really the pose of the heart chakra. So just imagine your heart getting a little bit more space, a little bit more open here. If it's available, you can inch the fingers a little bit further out in front of you. Good. And then slowly just start to crawl the hands back to your first downward facing dog. So hips, again, still nice and high. Start to pedal out the feet. Set up that firm foundation. Make sure the feet are 2 fist distance apart or so. Arms about shoulder width distance apart. Sometimes they need to be a little bit wider if, again, you're feeling a little tight in the area of the shoulders. But keep the belly pulled in. Let the head just hang heavy. So there's no gaze between the thighs here. Excuse me, or rather your gaze is between the thighs here. Good. And then come back to your breath in case you lost it. And then take the right leg, reach it up towards the sky, really flex through that back heel. And then just start to bend the knee and fan open. Good, so stack your right hip on top of the left. And as much as you can, keep some weight here into the thumbs of your hands. So you wanna keep your shoulders as even as possible and really keep this opening up through the hips here as you stack the hips right on top of the left. Good, one more breath here. And then take the right leg, straighten it out nice and strong. And then take a twist, squeeze that right knee in towards your left elbow. So ripple all the way forward like a plank. Stay here and breathe for 3. Keep pressing the earth away from you. Good, 2. And then on 1, lift the leg back up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, squeeze the right knee in towards the chest. This time, just step the foot gently through. Find a low lunge. Your back knee can be up or down here, whatever works. That left hand will stay rooted. Take the right arm, reach it all the way up and open. Good. And then maybe you imagine your heart reaching up towards the ceiling. So reach that right arm even further back, almost like you're rotating your chest up towards the sky. Good. One more breath here. And then let it go. That right hand comes down. Let's step back to a high plank position, all the way forward to the tippy toes. And then from here, take Ashtanga Pranam, knees, chest, chin. So drop the knees first, and then the heart and the chin come down towards the floor. And then slither onto the belly, find a baby cobra, a little lift here on the inhale. And on the exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So come back to your breath, come back to this foundation that exists through the hands and through the feet. And we'll take that over to the other side. So take the left leg, reach it up towards the sky. And then from here, bend the knee, start to fan open, maybe some of those big hip circles. Whatever feels good here. Again, trying to keep some evenness through the shoulders. So really pressing through the thumbs and the pointer fingers of the hands. And then release the left leg back to the ceiling. Take the twist, bring the left knee towards your right elbow as close as it can get. I know it's hard to reach, but stay here and breathe just for 3. Belly pulls in strong, 2. And then on 1, lift the leg back high. And then squeeze the left knee in towards your nose. Find that low lunge here. Maybe you're on the ball of that back foot. Nice. And then take the twist. The right hand stays down. Take the left arm, reach it up towards the sky. Good. And maybe feel that opening up a little bit more, really reaching that left shoulder, your heart rotating up towards the sky. Good. And then slowly start to release. We'll meet back in high plank position. Nice and strong here in the plank. Your choice. Stick with another knees, chest, chin, or maybe this time full chaturanga as you come down. Inhale, cobra, or maybe upward facing dog. Strong where the legs lift. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. Very nice. And then step your dog a little bit closer. So maybe walk your feet in about 1 footprint or so. We'll do a thread the needle and down dog. So take your right arm, reach it up and open. So again, imagine your heart rotating towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, thread the right arm under so that you grab something on that left leg, maybe the shin, maybe the calf. And then once you're here, you start to have a little rotation through your torso. So maybe you look underneath that left shoulder. Good, that left armpit, kind of rotating your torso there. Good, 1 more breath. And then just simply release that right hand back down to downward facing dog. Good, we'll take that over to the other side. Take the left arm, reach it up high. And then thread that left arm under, grab something on that right leg towards the ankle, towards the shin or the calf, whatever you can reach for. So now your gaze is kind of underneath that right armpit. Good. Zip in through the belly. Keep the heels pressing down towards the mat. 1 more breath here. And then slowly start to release. That left hand just comes down to that floor. And then look forward and just start to tiptoe your way towards the top of the mat. We'll take a ragdoll pose once you get there. Maybe a little sway from side to side. Shake out the head, shake out the neck. Good. And then release your fingers down towards the floor. This time, lengthen the spine into a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Start to tip the weight a little bit more into the balls of the feet. Exhale and fold, chest towards your thighs. We'll try that again. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift, hands to the shins or maybe on the floor. Belly pulls in, reach your shoulders away from the ears. And on the exhale, release, chins down towards the floor. And then slowly on the inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Take the arms up overhead. And then just release your hands to your heart center. Good. Take a moment to be still. And then we'll move right into a classical sun salutation. So as you inhale, take the arms up overhead, deep breath in. And on the exhale, bow down and fold forward. And then lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Keep the length, but step the right leg back, lower the knee down towards the floor. And on the inhale, take the arms up overhead. So a slight back bend here as you look up, gaze high, good. And on the exhale, hands come down, step back to a high plank position. So your choice here, knees, chest, chin, or go to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog, good. And then take the right leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the right knee in toward your nose so you can gently step the foot through, let the left knee lower. And then on the inhale, take the arms up overhead, deep breath here. And on the exhale, hands come down, step forward, big toes come to touch. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Then exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. And then left side like that, arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow down and fold, Uttanasana. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Step the left leg back, lower the knee down, arms up overhead. So find a slight back bend here as you lift the belly, lift the chest. Exhale, hands come down, step back to high plank position. And again, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, lift the hips back, down dog, nice. And then left leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the knee in towards your nose so you can gently step the foot through, let the back knee drop. Arms up overhead, deep breath in. And on the exhale, hands come down, step forward, big toes come to touch. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Good, we'll do one more set of classical sun salutation. Arms up overhead, deep breath. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Step the right leg back, lower the knee down. Arms up overhead, find that nice deep lunge, good. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank position. Knees, chest, chin, or low plank. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Lift the right leg high, deep breath in. Exhale, step the foot through, back knee lowers. You can untuck those toes, arms up overhead on the inhale. Exhale, hands splash down, step forward, big toes touch. Halfway on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. Left side, arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen on the inhale. Step the left leg back, lower it down. Arms up as the hips sink nice and low to the floor. Good. Exhale, hands splash down, step back, high plank. Take it low, bend the elbows, find your hover. Inhale, feel the back bend, lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then left leg, reach it up high. Step the left foot through, lower the back knee down. Arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale, hands splash down, step forward, big toes come together. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And then arms by your side. We'll set up for sun salutation B. So big toes connect. Then chair pose, Utkatasana. Drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high. Good. One breath in here. And on the exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands, chaturanga on the exhales, your low plank position. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha, upward facing. Exhale, Adho Mukha, down dog. Step the right foot forward, really anchor through your feet, and then rise up to warrior one. Good. And then exhale, hands splash down, step back high to low. So start to move with your breath here. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot steps forward. Anchor the feet and then rise up, warrior one. And then exhale to the earth, high to low plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, breathe it out, downward facing dog. Good. So using these movements to build the internal fire that comes from that strong breath through the nose, that comes from the activation around the navel. So make sure your belly's pulled in and up. And really just that mental concentration, being right here and right now. And then look forward. Come to the top of the mat, big toes together. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high. And then stand tall, hands to your heart center. Good. And again, chair pose. Inhale. Exhale, bow and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, lifts you up, upward facing. Exhale, down dog. Right foot steps forward. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Good. On the exhale, the hands come down, high to low plank. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Left foot steps forward. Inhale, reach high, warrior 1. Good. Exhale, takes you back down, high to low plank, nice and steady, breath control. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Again, inhale. Exhale. Good. And then look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach the arms high. Try to lean back towards your heels. Good. And let's keep on going. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Right foot steps forward, rise up, warrior 1. Stay here for a moment. And this time on the exhale, open it up to warrior 2. So widen your stance. Gaze over that right middle finger. Flip the front palm, float back, radiant warrior. Reach, reach, reach. And on the exhale, cartwheel the hands down. Come right back to high to low push-up. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. Good. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, warrior 1, deep breath here. On the exhale, open it up, warrior 2. So adjust your stance. Flip the front palm, float back, radiant warrior on the inhale. Exhale, hands cartwheel down, high to low plank. Good. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Good. Stay here. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Then look forward. Step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Chair pose. Drop the bottoms low. Reach the arms high. We'll do that again. We'll add just a little bit. Exhale. Bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine. Halfway lift. This time, plant the hands for crow pose. So take your knees to the backs of the arms. We'll be here just for a few seconds. So lean forward. Try to find that connection of your knees to the backs of the triceps. Maybe one foot lifts, maybe both. Maybe you just use this time to rock a little bit forward and back, getting comfortable on your hands. Just for another 3. Looks really good. Nice. 2. Step back or float. Chaturanga on 1. Good. Upward facing, breathe it out. Downward facing dog, lift the hips. Step the right foot forward, rise up, warrior 1, deep breath in. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Good. Flip the front palm, float back, radiant warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. This time let's meet in a high plank position. Zip up your feet together, set it up side plank. Left hand stays down. Take the right arm, reach it up to the sky. Good. So maybe stack the ankles. Try to flex your feet in towards you and lift the hips up. Good. So if you have some options here, maybe dropping the knee, maybe lifting the top leg, Find what works. We'll be here just for another 3. If you can look up, look to that right thumb. Good. 2. And on 1, let it go. High plank position. If you're feeling a little tired, drop the knees. Otherwise, come down chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Left foot steps forward. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Good. Open it up, warrior 2. Flip the palm, float back, deep inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down. We'll meet back in high plank position. Feet together, set up that side plank to the other side. Right hand down, left arm reaches up. Good. So imagine pressing the earth away from you, which inevitably gets more of you away from the ground. That top hip is lifting. Good. 1 more breath here. Looks so good. And on the exhale, let it go. High plank. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We'll have a chance to rest in just a moment. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then look forward. Come to the top of the mat. Big toes touch. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Drop low. Reach the arms high. Good. Stay here in your chair. Try to zip in through the belly. Try to pull your rib cage in towards your back. Your sit bones reach lower to the floor. Maybe drop 2 inches deeper. And then a little bit lower. Come all the way down. And then just lay onto your backs. Good. And then you can open your arms here like a cactus. We'll take a little twist. So pull your knees in towards your chest. And then just drop your knees over towards the left. Turn your gaze to the right. Good. So maintain your twist. Just bring your hands behind your head so your elbows are nice and wide. We'll just do a little abdominal crunches here with the twist. So on the exhale, you're going to inhale, lift the head, lift the shoulders, pulse to the center for 10. Keep going. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, relax the head down. Bring your knees back through center. Drop your knees over to the right. Turn your gaze to the left. You can cactus those arms open for a moment. Enjoy the twist. Nice. And then slowly bring the hands behind the heads. We'll pulse again to the center on this side. Lift the head, lift the shoulders. Let's lift for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, relax everything down. Bring your knees back in towards your chest. Start to rock and roll here, forward and back. Do it a couple times. Massage out your spine. Eventually, we'll meet in down dog. So your choice if you want to chaturanga through, if you want to just simply step back into downward facing. So find what works for you. Down dog is where we'll meet. Of course, at any time, you can take a child's pose. You can sip water, whatever you need. Find your practice. Deep breath in. Just as deep on the breath out. And then take the right leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. Really flex through the back heel. And then once again, let's twist that right knee towards your left elbow, all the way forward like a plank. Stay for 3, 2, and on 1, take the right leg back high. Once again, right knee towards the left elbow. This time for fallen star, just shoot that leg open to the side. Good. That left arm will reach high, right arm stays down. Good. Almost like a side plank here. You want to press the earth away from you. Gaze up. Good. And then let it go. We'll meet back in a 3-legged dog. Take that right leg back up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the right knee in towards the nose. Gently step the foot through. Rise up to warrior 1. So ground that back heel down. So we've been here before. If you need to take a moment to adjust yourself so that your hips are forward, your torso is forward, go right ahead. Otherwise, bring your hands to your heart center. Deep breath in. On the exhale, twist left elbow to the outside of that right thigh. Good. So see if you can keep your warrior legs, meaning your back foot is rooted down. Maybe you stay just as you are. This could feel like enough. Otherwise, you can flower the arms open, left hand down, right arm up. Good. Inhale. Zip the belly. Try to open up just a little bit more. Good. One more breath like that. Inhale. Open up on the exhale. Nice. And then release your hands down. Frame your foot. Let's move to standing split. So lean into that right leg. The left leg reaches up towards the ceiling. Nice. So maybe your hands reach the floor, maybe towards the ankle. If you have a block or a prop of some sort you can rest your hands on, that might feel good here as well. Good. So let's take that left leg, reach up a little bit higher, maybe as high as it can go. And on the exhale, crisscross your left knee behind the right and sink down almost to the floor, like a little curtsy here. Good. And let's take that left leg back up towards the ceiling. So it's a standing split again. And on the exhale, crisscross the left knee behind the right, sink nice and low. One more time, lift that left leg up, nice standing split. And on the exhale, crisscross the left knee behind the right. This time, sit all the way down onto the floor. Find your sit bones onto the mat. So we're setting up for cow face legs. That right leg is stacked on top of the left. Make sure you're not sitting on your feet. You want to feel your sit bones down onto the earth. And then take the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, just start to bow forward. Walk your hands out in front of you. This might intensify things a little bit in terms of being a hip opener. So just take it as you can. Good. Breathe here. Notice any tension in your mind, in your body. Maybe breathe through it just a little bit deeper. One more breath. And then slowly just start to crawl your hands back. You can unhook your legs, shake them out a little bit in front of you. Maybe rock a little bit here side to side. And then let's find boat pose, Navasana. So balance on those sit bones. Lift the chest through the arms. So a modification here would just be to hold on to the backs of the legs as you lift your chest, right? Nice and strong here. Good. Squeeze your legs in towards the center. We'll stay here and breathe just for 3. Good. 2. And then crisscross the legs in front of you. Plant the hands. We'll meet again in downward facing dog. So your choice, either vinyasa through or simply walk the feet back. Lift the hips. Down dog is where we'll meet. So feeling good about your practice. And we'll prepare for the left side. So from downward facing dog, take the left leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. And then crisscross that left knee towards the right elbow. Stay and breathe for 3. Good. 2. And on 1, lift the leg back up towards the ceiling. Once again, crisscross left knee towards the right elbow. This time for fallen star, that left hand stays down. Take the right arm, reach it up. Good. Gaze up towards that top thumb. Try to lift that top hip up a little bit higher. Good. And then let it go. Right hand comes down, 3-legged dog. Take that left leg back up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the knee in towards your nose so you can gently step the foot through. Rise up to warrior 1. Nice. Arms up overhead. Good. So you know where we're going. Hands come to the heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. Belly's pulled in. Thumbs might press in towards your heart center. Maybe you extend the arms open. But wherever you are, take advantage of this breath. Fill the lungs on the inhale. Exhale, open up just a little bit more. Good. 1 more like that. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Nice. And let it go. Hands come down. Frame the foot. Standing split. So lean into that left leg. Take the right leg high. Good. So maybe you kind of take it easy here in your standing split. Maybe you work really hard to intensify by crawling your hands closer to that standing ankle. Good. Back leg. Just let it be really active. So flex or either point the toe. Good. Take 1 more deep breath here. And on the exhale, crisscross your right knee behind the left. Sink down nice and low like a curtsy. Good. Then take the leg back up towards the ceiling. Twice more. Crisscross right knee behind the left. Sink nice and deep into your legs. Good. Then reach the leg up high. Exhale, crisscross right knee behind the left. This time sit all the way down. Set up those cow face legs on this side. This time left leg wraps on top. Imagine your legs crisscrossed almost like a pair of shoelaces. Feel your sit bones on the ground. And then take the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, start to reach the arms forward, like a nice forward fold here. Just take it wherever it can go. Let your breath be steady and calm. Maybe inch the fingers a little bit further out in front of you. Nice, and then slowly just start to crawl the hands back. Unhook the legs, shake them out. One more round of Navasana here, so balance on the sit bones. Maybe your knees stay bent, maybe you explore the legs being straight, but let your gazing point be towards your toes. It's gonna help you stay focused. Good, stay and breathe just for 3. Really lift your chest through the arms. Good, 2. And then once again, crisscross the legs, plant the hands in front of you. Down dog is where we'll meet, so you choose if you want the vinyasa or not. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then we'll continue to build. Take the right leg, reach it up towards the sky. Squeeze the right knee in towards the nose. Step the foot through, rise up to warrior 1. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, open it up to warrior 2. So adjust your stance here as you need to. Being safe with your feet, your foundation. Make sure your front toes are forward. Nice strong bend in your front leg so that knee maybe stacks right above the ankle. And then flip the front palm, float back to radiant warrior. Reach, reach, reach. Get nice and long on that right side. And on the exhale, come through center. Set up for a half moon pose. So maybe bring your left hand to your hip. Set your gaze out in front of that right foot and lean forward. That right hand comes down, maybe to the floor. Maybe you have a pillow or something to prop yourself on. That left leg is going to lift. Good. And then once you feel steady, start to reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Set your gaze. The easiest place to look is down here. So this is a tricky balancing pose. So if you fall out, just try it again. But get really long and firm through all 4 limbs. Good. One more breath here. And then on the exhale, square it off. Come back to that standing split. The left hand comes down. You want to keep your left leg lifted, but really square those hips. Maybe you check in, make sure your left toes are pointing down towards the floor. And then from here, revolves half moon. So just crawl your hand slightly forward. Left hand stays rooted. Take your right arm, reach it up. So you're creating a twist here in your half moon. So blocks are helpful underneath that left hand. Inhale, zip in through the belly. Exhale, try to open up a little bit more. Imagine as much as you can, reaching your torso to the right side of the room. Good, one more breath. Stay for the exhale. Good, and then just let it all go. Ragdoll pose. Nice job, shake it out. Maybe sway a little bit from side to side. Feel free to open the feet a little bit wider to get more stillness through the legs. And then make sure your feet are 2 fist distance apart. We'll set up for yogi toe lock. So grab hold of those big toes with the thumbs and peace sign fingers. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring your chest towards your thighs. Maybe a little bend in those elbows. Maybe a little bend in the knees. Really finding whatever allows your chest and your thighs to get closer together. And the icing on the cake here is to just tuck your chin in towards your chest, create a little lock here in your throat. Good, one more breath. And then slowly start to release your grip. Bring your left hand to your hip. Continue to hold on to that right big toe. We'll take this to standing hand to toe pose. So shift all the weight into that left leg. rise up. So maybe you stay holding onto your toes, maybe you let go and just hold on to your right knee. Essentially, once you get there, make sure you're standing up as tall as you can stand. Good. So stay nice and steady here. And then slowly start to open up. Take that right leg over towards the right. You can turn your gaze to the left if you want to create another layer of an obstacle here. Keep breathing. Again, if you fall out, just come back. And then slowly come back through center. Take the twist. So just switch hands. Bring your left hand to your foot or your knee, and then slowly just start to reach that right arm back behind you. And then maybe you even start to look back to that right palm. Nice. And then slowly just come back through center, square everything off, and just release that right foot down towards the floor. Walk it out. We'll meet at the top of the mat. You can reach your shoulders up towards your ears and just melt the shoulders down and back. Good. And then we'll take that over to the other side. Arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands, high to low plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then the left side, reach your left leg nice and high to the ceiling. Squeeze the left knee in towards your nose. Step the foot through, rise up to warrior one. And on the exhale, open it up to warrior two. Good. Set your gaze over that left middle finger. Flip the palm, float back, radiant warrior, reach, reach, reach. And on the exhale, come through center, bring your right hand to your hip perhaps, set up for your half moon pose. So lean forward, look down, and let that left hand come in front of the left foot about 6 to 8 inches or so, and then lift the right leg. If you feel really unsteady here, sometimes we just have to stack the bones a little bit. So make sure your left shoulder is stacked right above your left wrist. And then flex those right toes in so you know your whole leg is active. Good. Set your gaze nice and steady, just a little bit longer. One more full deep breath. And on the exhale, standing split, right hand comes down. Keep your back leg raised. Just kind of pivot those toes down towards the floor so you know your hips are nice and square. Good. And then set up for Ravab's half moon, Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Crawl your hand slightly forward. Right hand stays down. Left arm reaches up to the sky. So make sure you're fully engaged here through your navel. It's going to make you feel more stable right through your center. Good. Take a deep breath in. Try to open up just a little bit more. If you can look up towards that left thumb, that's where you'll look. Good. One more like that. Inhale. A little bit more as you exhale. And then just let it go. Everything comes down. Shake it out. Let the feet open about 2 fist distance apart. Set up for gorilla posture this time. So walk your hands underneath your feet, toes right on your wrist. And then look forward as you inhale. Exhale, fold, chest towards your thighs. Zip in through the belly. Maybe you lean forward a little bit more towards the balls of the feet. And over time, those legs get straighter. And that might mean many, many, many years of practice before those legs get straight. So just feel good about where you are. One more breath. And then slowly just start to release the hands. This time bring your right hand to your hip, to your hip. Grab hold of that left big toe. Shift all the weight into the right leg. And then slowly start to rise up. At any point, let go of the toe and just hold on to your knee. And then stand nice and tall so all your bones are stacked. Nice tall posture. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, open it up. Left leg to the left. Turn your gaze over towards the right. So imagine feeling really solid through that standing leg. Keep breathing. And then slowly come back through center. Switch hands so that you can open up here for the twist. That right hand comes to the outside of the knee or the ankle. That left arm reaches back. Nice and strong on the inhale. Maybe you open up just a little bit more. Good. And then slowly come back through center. Let the left foot come down. Start to walk it out a little bit. Maybe sip some water, whatever you need. And we'll meet at the top of the mat. Then arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands high to low plank. Upward facing inhale. Downward facing exhale. Good. And then from here, just drop your knees to the floor. We'll set up for hero's pose. So you may want to sit on a block here or a pillow, something a little bit more comfortable. So basically your knees are together. Your feet are just really towards the edges of your hips. Your hands can rest on your knees. Good. So maybe this feels like enough. If you want to go a little bit deeper, start to walk your hands behind you. Maybe you rest on your palms. Maybe you lower to those forearms. For Supta Virasana, maybe you recline all the way down. But making sure there's no tension in your knees here at all. I'm going to keep your knees happy. So if you feel any discomfort that doesn't feel like a good type of a burn, then ease out of it a little bit. Good. 2 more breaths. And then slowly just start to reverse your steps to come to a more upright position, and then to slowly make your way to camel pose. So just lift up all the way onto your knees. Point your toenails behind you, but if you like that little modification, come onto the balls of the feet. Walk your hands behind you and start to squeeze your arm bones back so you're kind of really firm through the backs of the shoulders. And then press your hips forward and just start to look up towards the ceiling. So maybe you stay here. If you have a deeper expression where you reach back and grab hold of the heels, feel free to do that, but keep pressing your hips forward. You're creating this nice back bend here by really lifting through the heart. Good. Stay and breathe just for 3. Good. 2. And then reverse your steps, rise up on 1, and then just sit down onto the heels of your feet for a moment. Let yourself adjust. We'll have a chance to do that again. And then we'll try it for the second time. Lift up onto the knees. Hands to the lower back. Fingers can face up or down. I like to have the fingers facing up. It gives my wrist a little stretch, but find what works for you here. And then start to press your hips forward. Lift the belly, lift the heart. Feel this lift through the upper back so much that your head and your throat really gets nice and open here. Maybe your head falls back. You can reach for the heels or just stay holding onto your back. Good. Let's stay for 3. Keep pressing those hips forward. Good. 2. And then slowly on the inhale, start to rise back up. Sit down onto your feet. Good. And then extend your legs out in front of you and just make your way all the way down onto your back. We'll do 2 more back bends here. Bridge or upward facing bow. So find what works for you. Bridge will be more accessible. Upward facing bow, if that's in your practice, you can take 1 or 2 of these now. But make sure you set your feet up in either position. Make sure your toes are pointing forward. Good. For bridge pose, ground down through the feet and then lift those hips up. For bridge, you'll interlace the hands underneath your backs and shimmy those shoulder blades closer together. Maybe your fists reach down towards the floor. Good. Stay and breathe for another 3. Wherever you are, engage the navel. Good. 2. Firm through those feet. It's going to lift you up even higher. And then on 1, come on down. You can rock the knees here a little bit side to side. That's a nice way to neutralize the spine. And then come back through center. We'll set up for a round 2. Stamp down through the feet. Lift those hips up. Good. So if you're in your upward facing bow, imagine your chest here reaching through those arms. Maybe you walk your hands to your feet to your hands. If you're in bridge, keep lifting the pelvis up towards the sky. Just for another 3. Good, keep pressing the earth away from you. 2. And then on 1, everything comes down. Nice job. Start to rock the knees side to side here. Good. And then as you come back through center, we'll take a reclined pigeon pose. So just create a figure 4 with your legs. Wrap your right ankle above the left thigh, and then bring your legs in close to you so you can scoot that right hand in between the legs so that you're holding onto the back of the left thigh. Good. So try to pull the legs in as close as you can, but at the same time, it's almost like you're pressing your right knee away from you. So you're creating almost like a nice straight angle in that lower portion of the right leg. Imagine it on the line of your chest. You can stay here. You can also lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. That's a nice option here as well. Good. So just like half pigeon, we'll be here for several breaths. Just taking a different orientation of the shape. Try, if your knees are still bent, either position really, make sure you're flexed through the ankles so your joints are nice and engaged here. Good. And as you get a little bit deeper into this, you'll slowly start to bring that right leg closer in towards the body. So stay with it. 2 more breaths. Good. And then slowly start to ease out of the pose, but keep that right leg on top of the left. This time, tighten up the grip here. Set up for another reclined twist. Just drop both of your knees over towards the left. Open the arms like a cactus. Gaze to the right. So it's almost like eagle legs in a way if your right leg is still wrapped. You can pull your knees in closer towards your belly. Sometimes that intensifies the twist a little bit. And then slowly come back through center, unhook the legs. We'll figure 4 on the other side. So this time the left ankle above the right thigh. Scoot the hands in between that space that you've created so you can bring your legs in closer. Good. This time imagine that left leg getting more parallel with the line of your chest. Maybe you lift that right leg up towards the ceiling if you like that version of it. And imagine slowly, slowly over time, that front leg getting a little bit closer along the line of the chest. Again, make sure your joints are engaged, flex through the feet. Slowly starting to press that left knee further away from you. And then don't let the mind wander off here. Stay present, keep breathing. Remind yourself that you will get through this. Two more breaths. And then slowly, gently start to release, but set up the twist so that left leg is going to wrap on top of the right. Open up the arms and drop your knees over towards the right. You can gaze to the left. Good, then slowly come back through center. Let's unhook the legs, set up for an inversion of your choice. So maybe you decide to do a headstand here or something else that you're working on. You can also simply just lift your legs up towards the ceiling. You can lean against the wall if you want to do legs up a wall in your home. You can do shoulder stand if that's part of your practice. Just something that gets those legs lifting up towards the sky. Just being mindful that if you are taking shoulder stand, that there's no movement of the head or the neck. Make sure your gaze is just down the midline, maybe down the bridge of the nose. If you're in headstand, really firm through your foundation, firm through the forearms, firm through the palms. If you're in tripod, firm through the belly. in either position. If you're in shoulder stand, you can start to move the plow where you reach your toes back over your head. If your feet are comfortable on the floor, you can release the grip of your back and interlace those palms again down towards the mat. And then from plow, just start to bring your knees in towards your ears. And then wherever you are, slowly start to come out of it. So maybe if you're in your shoulder stand positioning, you're going to roll out bone by bone so you're down on your back. If you were in headstand, maybe take a child's pose for a couple breaths. But essentially we'll meet each other just laying down on the back. So just extend your legs nice and long. You can point your toes here. We'll set up for fish pose. So just scoot your hands underneath your bottoms and just start to puff up your chest so that your heart elevates. Let your head fall back and let the throat get nice and open. So wherever you are, we'll take some lion's breath. So take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, open the mouth, sigh it out. Good. Again, inhale. One more. Good. Gently lift the head, relax it back down, unhook the hands, bring the knees back in towards your chest, and just start to rock and roll to a seated position. We'll set up for a seated forward fold. So once you get there, extend the legs straight out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. So a little rock from side to side here. Feel your sit bones down onto the floor. And then take the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. On the exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. So maybe grab hold of something, maybe the ankles, maybe the calves or the feet. Take a look forward as you inhale. And on the exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Good. So getting a nice long stretch to the backs of the legs, through the whole back of the body. And on the next inhale, slowly start to rise back up. Walk your hands behind you, about one handprint. Bend the knees or keep the legs straight. Reverse table or reverse plank, whichever way you want to do it. Purvottanasana. Start to lift those hips up towards the ceiling. Ground through the feet. And if you can, let your head fall all the way back. Good. Stay here and breathe just for another 3. Keep lifting the hips high. Good. 2. And then on 1, bottoms come down. And then slowly, 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 just start to make your way all the way down onto your backs. Good. Take both knees in towards your chest. And then set up for happy baby pose. So just grab hold of the bottoms of the feet. Start to bend the knees, almost like they're really reaching down towards your armpits. And feel free to rock a little bit here, side to side. Sometimes that feels good. And then as you come through center, as much as possible, just start to straighten your right leg. The left leg will just stay where it is, like a half happy baby. Good. And then slowly come back through center. Other side, this time the left leg will straighten. That right knee kind of stays pressed in towards the armpit. And then slowly back through center. This time both legs will straighten as straight as they can go, like a nice straddle position here. Keep the legs, just reach your arms through those legs. Before Shavasana, one more round of core work. Lift the head and the shoulders here. Go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Give yourselves a squeeze, a hug, whatever else you need to get comfortable now for your Shavasana. Let the legs come nice and long. Let the feet flop open to the sides. Your arms can stay close. You can spread them out. Really take up as much space as you need. And then let the mind be still. Let the body be still. And just take this time to let the benefits of the practice just wash over you. So just relax your mind for these next few moments. So imagine just letting everything go. So slowly start to come back with just little movements through the toes, through the fingers. Eventually to just roll over to your favorite side into a comfortable position. And just take a moment. It's always nice to just thank yourself for carving out this time, knowing that you could have done so many other things, but you decided to be here on the mat. And then slowly up to a comfortable seated position. Hands will come to the heart center. Let's take a deep breath together. So deep breath in. Exhale it out. This time for Om, deep breath in. Om. Bring both hands to the middle of your foreheads, the spot of intuition. Thank you all for joining me here. It's truly my pleasure to share this practice with you. I bow to you all to say namaste.